Make you feel so good when you're fucking with a baddie. Baddie, 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 baddie. When you're fucking with a baddie. Baddie. Baddie, 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 baddie. When you're fucking with a baddie.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Baddie Life Podcast. I'm your host, Rocky the Best. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys are new here, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. You could find my podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. Amazon Music. This podcast is brought to you by Bombshell Beauty Lounge. They're located in downtown Las Vegas, and it's my favorite place to get beautified. If you guys are ever here, check them out and tell them that I sent you. Okay. So today, I told you I was doing something totally different from what, you guys are used to. What if I told you that the movies, The Matrix and The Terminator, we all know these movies. These are big, big movies. What if I told you that they were stolen from somebody else? Like, they stole the copyrights. They had no permission. Credit wasn't due or given to the real creator of these movies. Would you think I'm lying or what? Because I have a woman here, a lady, who is a true creator and author of The Matrix and The Terminator, here to tell her story and share her truth on what really went down, because we all don't know. So here we are. Let's introduce Sophia Stewart. I clap, sorry. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome, and thank you for coming here to tell your story.
Well, thank you for having me. I just want to make a little correction. They didn't steal the copyrights, but they were trying to buy the copyrights from me, which are worth billions of dollars, and they offered me millions.
Before the movie was out?
No, during the time the first movie came out.
So, but the movie already came out.
Yeah, okay. And they offered, to buy the copyrights because the movies are nothing but derivatives of that copyright. The copyright is like a pie. You can make many things from that copyright. You can make movies. You can make comic books. You can make graphic novels, attractions. Like I have the Matrix attraction. Okay. And so you can make a lot of things, plays. So that's what they were interested in, the whole franchise.
Okay, so correction. They didn't have any permission though from you before that movie was.
They counterfeited copyrights.
Right. So, and it takes a long time to do a movie. It's not just like, oh, we're gonna shoot a movie next week. Especially a movie like The Terminator or The Matrix that must have been a big project.
Well, what happened was I didn't know about The Terminator until the FBI told me about it.
I was going to ask you that because you didn't file until 1999, right after The Matrix came out, and you didn't realize that The Terminator was yours too from 1984.
That's right. Well, what happened was I didn't file actually a RICO case, a criminal case, to get the damages because they couldn't steal the property. They just made money off of the property, which was copyrighted, like Lil Nas X. He already knew that Nike belonged to the billion-dollar selling public company Nike, and he and his executives in Mischief Company, but they counterfeited Nike and sold 666,000 copies. Then when they made that money, that's when Nike came after them for the money, for the damages. And that's what we go to court for, are the damages. We don't go to court to get our stuff back. The judge already know who owns the deed to the house or the receipt to the television. Or in my case, the copyrights to the movies and the books.
Right.
Which are one and the same.
Right. Okay. I mean, thanks for clarifying that because I understand more.
Oh, yeah. It's very intriguing. There's a lot on it. There are all of this misinformation, misconceptions all over the internet.
Right.
People are gossiping. And they don't even know that I won the damages in 2014, 8 years ago. In the federal courts of Utah, actually September the 25th, 2014.
Okay, so from the beginning, you were a writer, a journalist. What did you do back in the 80s? Like you were a writer, you wrote a movie, a script?
I was a screenwriter author in the 80s at USC. I'm a Trojan. I went to school with the former football players Marcus Allen and Ronnie Lott. People know them from the 49ers and so forth. Marcus, Heisman winner. Charles White was on his way out, Heisman winner. And at that time, my boyfriend was Anthony Davis, a big Heisman winner, and they were all Trojans, USC.
Oh, wow. So you were a scriptwriter.
Yeah, I was a
Back in college.
screenwriter and an author. I had already
screenwriter.
written my first book, which you can see right there if you hold it up, the Third Eye, Matrix, and Terminator book.
This is where
That's where it all began, and that's where the movies came from. All of them, the graphics, the logo, which you see on the front, the characters, the special effects, the red and blue peel, I'll be back, the dialogue that Schwarzenegger, and creating the Terminator, wrapped the cyborg, wrapped in flesh, killed but cannot be killed. No one had ever seen anything like that, time traveling, naked without shame.
And they just took all your amazing ideas from your script and just ran with it.
Well, that's what they do, except they buy it from
They usually buy it.
J.R. Tolkien's Lords of the Ring book, Lords of the Ring movie, the Gravity book, the Gravity movie, the Maze book, the Maze movie. The only difference here is they didn't pay for the privilege. They counterfeited the copyrights.
I see what you're saying. So as for when you were back doing screenwriting, you wrote this movie to get picked up so somebody would buy it from you, the right way?
No. I wrote the work because I saw Star Wars, and Muhammad Ali was dedicated to Muhammad Ali because he was this black superhero that everybody knew around the world. That's why Neo, the One, was basically him, because that's why Will Smith, they tried to get Will to play the role, but Will didn't know what they were talking about, because you can't talk about somebody else's work and you don't know what they've written.
Mm-hmm.
So Will thought they were crazy lunatics, and so that's how he missed his opportunity with the Matrix. He's talking about it on YouTube. You can go and listen to him. And, Jada got to play in it, his wife, But, yeah, it's futuristic work that's 100 years ahead. The Terminator is the beginning of the epic story. So the two franchises are divided into two, but they are actually one epic story. So the story actually begins with the Terminator, where in the future, the machines hear the Oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to take them out in the future. And they know the mother that is destined to have this baby is Sarah Connor. So they know they have to time travel to the past to kill her. So JC, John Connors, which grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix, will not be born. You see?
And only you really know the details.
Yeah, I know all the stuff because I wrote it. And Kyle Reese, one of the rebels during the rebellion with the machines in the future, which is the revolution is going on, he knows that he has to go time travel to protect Sarah Connor. And what he does, he time travel back the same time as the Terminators. But when he meets her, while he's trying to protect her, he inversely falls in love with her and gets her pregnant. Oh my God. But now he has to leave and go back to the future from where he came because he can't stay in the past.
Yeah.
So now she's pregnant with a baby, and she was in love with this guy, but it's like he's disappeared. But she know it existed, this love, because it's in the matrix, the womb. Matrix is a 7,000-year-old Latin word for the woman's womb, her stargate, her portal to bring babies into this physical domain called Earth.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
Yes, it's
I brought a baby into the Matrix?
That's right. Out of your matrix, you have a matrix. Ooh. I have a matrix. It's called a womb. All women have this matrix. The difference between a man and a woman is the matrix, the womb.
Wow.
Not the vagina and the penis. It doesn't make a man or a woman or a man. It's the womb. We can have babies, but a man will never have a baby. He will never have an umbilical cord, which is a feeding tube. He will never have breast milk to feed the baby. He will never have estrogen flowing through his body to expand the matrix for 9 months or 36 weeks while the baby is being fed till he's born.
I had no clue that the womb was the matrix.
Oh, yeah, and the matrix is mentioned in the King James's Bible, mentioned 5 times in Scripture, 3 times in Exodus and 2 times in Numbers. Everybody look it up.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Exodus 34th chapter, 19th verse.
What chapter?
Exodus 34th chapter, 19th verse, God says, "He who opens up the matrix are my children."
Wow.
So his children are coming out of the womb,
Okay, well
out of
that's
the
cool.
matrix.
I always thought the Matrix was like when it's like a energy field where like souls are, and then they come down into a human, and then when we die, we go back.
No,
That's
no,
what I thought the
it is.
Matrix was.
The matrix is actually the womb.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't know until I told them, and they Google it, and they went into the King James's Bible. You can Google it.
Yeah.
And they were like blown away, and they didn't know that it was a 7,000-year Latin word for the woman's womb, or Stargate, her portal, because you can't get in here unless you come through the matrix.
Right.
Unless you are a lab rat, and man, because what I wrote was the second coming of the Christ consciousness, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So God's children versus man's children. Now, man's children are called lab rats.
Okay.
They are like one-dimensional amoebas. In other words, they're clones, they're drones, they're test tube babies, petri dish babies, artificial inseminated babies, gender benders, gender manipulated babies. But they are one-dimensional, where God's children are three-dimensional. 3D, because there's the astral body, blood, water, and spirit when a woman has her period.
Ugh, I hate it.
That's right, but you gotta have that. Gotta have that period.
Yeah.
It prepares for the baby, and then the second body is actually the physical body that takes 9 months or 36 weeks, while the mother is eating from the dirt of the earth. And what is she eating? She's eating food, and it's growing the baby inside. That's 2D. Now, the third body is the seed or the soul that attaches to the physical body at 12th week. At the 12th week, a doctor will not perform an abortion because he's killing a living soul. But up to the 11th week, it is not an abortion. The doctor can give you a before or after pill and bring down your period.
Okay. So until the 12th week, there's no soul.
That's right. It's up to the 11th week. There is no soul or seed of continuation. The soul or the seed is the continuation that God's children will go on and on and on forever.
I'm going to have to rewatch all these movies, I swear, because now I have like new information and now I'm talking to you. And now I want to like really watch it in detail and know like what's going on. Because I've watched these movies a long time ago, though. I was young.
Oh, yeah.
Came
And
out
now
before I was born.
You and others will actually appreciate it more because hearing it from the real creator and owner is nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a prodigy. I didn't even do any high school. I took the New York Regents, and they gave me the diploma, went into college, got the degree. I have a degree in journalism, a double major in law and psychology. I studied to be a lawyer and a doctor, and I'm an attorney also.
Oh,
And I
wow.
beat several law firms. One law firm had over 100 attorneys in it. And I sued 4 additional law firms in that same court case and won 2 default judgments and got 2 federal judges recused off the case, which is extremely hard to do. Even the mob have a hard time doing that one.
Damn. How did you just didn't stop fighting, huh? 'Cause how did you get it done?
It was easy to beat them. It was a piece of cake because they kept on trying to buy the copyrights from me. But I wanted justice for people. I wanted them to stop stealing.
Right. So I was actually talk about that. Like in the movie industry, in this industry, like what could you like give people some advice? Because if this happened to you, it's obviously happened a lot.
It happens all the time in Hollywood. In fact, they steal from their own producers, like the late Paul Newman. In fact, Sylvester Stallone right now have a lawsuit against him. It's also Clint Eastwood. They've stolen from him. Tati Ali. I can name on and on music and movies they've stolen, but most of the people will not buck the system because they don't want to get blackballed because they make their living inside of the cabal of Hollywood. Now, I do not belong to Hollywood or the cabal. I belong to God, and my money comes from Him, and my abilities and my ability to win or to accomplish all things comes from Him. So I don't need to be with Hollywood.
Right. You're not scared because you got
No,
God.
not at all. They can't stop the message of God. That's what the Matrix and the Terminator is. Terminator, end time, Revelations, because the prophecy comes from Revelations. That's where the Terminator come from. That's why it's terminating, because Terminator means the end, and he's going to terminate you.
Okay. Look, I'm writing notes. Some of
Yeah,
you
because a lot of people are like, where did Terminator come from?
Right.
Why is it called the Terminator? Because of Revelations. In Revelations, it says that another child would be born, like the second coming of the Christ. You read about the first time that Jesus came here. That was the first coming. But Revelation speaks about when he comes again. And I'm actually telling a science fiction story in the future, what happens when he is born again of a woman.
Okay.
You see, he came
And that's
first
the
with
Matrix.
Mary. Now he's coming again with Sarah Connor. But this time the threat is the machines that man has created.
Right.
Because in the future, man gets so advanced, he creates his own children.
Yeah. Holy crap. I'm scared.
Oh, it
I
is
don't wanna live
scary
then.
because when people were looking at Matrix and Terminator, they were scared at first because they didn't understand the work. But after I explained things to people, they're looking for the fourth installment. And if you hold the book up, then so they can see the fourth installment is the continuation of the Matrix and the Terminator. Warner Brothers offered me $30 million for the shooting script, the
For
shooting
this?
script to that book.
How many million?
$30 million.
30
The shooting script.
million. Are you going to
The-
give it to them, or are you
Well,
saying-
they can come after it now because I didn't give it to them in the beginning because I wanted them to come back out again, and they did with Regurgitation, Resuscitation, Resurrection, which was a documentary with John Wick and Tiffany that has a husband and 2 children, and No Morpheus, some naked man. That was just a documentary. That was just something that they threw together, but it gave the fans, the real fans, a chance to see the truth.
Right.
All I wanted people to do was to see the truth. Now they can go ahead and come and buy it, but this time they have to pay 40 or 50 million, like the James Bond movie. That script went for $50 million, but you're going to make hundreds and millions and billions of dollars because it's all original work, never ever been seen on any screen. And you can go to Amazon right now and look at all the 5-star reviews on it.
I did, actually. I looked up your books on there, and they were just saying how great you write and how everything's just so in detail. And yeah, I actually read those reviews.
And they said it was like looking at a movie because some of
Yeah.
the fans said they didn't even like to read, but my book gave them the movie experience where they were like, "Oh, I'm seeing this movie."
Yep. That you were able to give them like a visuals, and like they were able to like see it by reading. Which is
Yes.
great because sometimes it's hard to like read a book and visualize things. But you wrote it in like script form.
Yes, and guess what? It's in script form, formatted like a play. But I've been writing since I was in grade school. My first teacher was a college professor, and he told us, because my English teacher got sick, and I'm from New York City, the boogie down, the Bronx, like J-Lo, and Manhattan. So Diddy, all of us, Jigga, Jay-Z, all of us are, and LL Cool J, we're all from New York City.
I loved
some
LL
of the
Cool J.
biggest rap stars and movie stars and film people are from New York City. And so I thought, wow, let me just make and give my fans a movie experience because they love movies. And wow. So Warner Brothers and some of the other investors, they lost, I think, almost $100 million off of Regurgitation, Resuscitation.
From this or from
Resurrection. No, from Resurrection. The last movie they put out, Resurrection. They lost $100 million with those investors. When they should have told them the truth, they never wrote it. So now if they do Matrix 4, the real fourth installment with me, they will make up for all of the money they lost and make billions of dollars because that book, that shooting script, have stuff that has never been seen on any movie screen ever.
Right. And how are they supposed to finish a story that they don't even know? Only you know the story.
That's right. Just like Tesla, you can only do and mimic Tesla's old stuff from 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
The late Michael Jackson or late Prince. You can only imitate them from 30 or 40. You cannot eclipse their work. Only the creator can eclipse his work here and do greater and bigger and better things. And like the late Stan Lee with Marvel, now that he's gone, they cannot do anything with Marvel. But I can write Marvel because I'm a master writer, and that's no joke.
Are you working on any other scripts at the moment for movies,
I
screenplays?
want the Matrix 4 done in animation, like the Spider-Man movie animation that won an Oscar. My first baby work, The Matrix, won 4 Oscars in 1999.
Yeah.
So now, with this 4th installment, it will win again Oscars. But can you imagine in an animation? It would be super. And then later do the movie.
Mm-hmm. Like with real
Astronomer
people?
will be lots of Oscars.
Well, if you need a lead alpha male, or oh my god, alpha male.
No, alpha
You need a
female.
If you need a lead alpha female,
Yes.
pick me. Just kidding.
I can see that.
I know. I always like all like the lead women, like in like cool, like crazy movies. I always like felt like that was me. Like even Hunger Games, like Katniss. I should have been Katniss. I mean, in real life, if that ever happens, you want to hang out with me. If the world comes to an end, be my friend because I'm gonna kill.
Listen, I am not joking when I tell you I would love to cast you or have you in Matrix 4, and this is for real. You have the look, you have the facial, the face, and everything,
Tall.
and well, the vibe to go with it, the energy. Vibe means chi energy.
Thank you.
And so I'm basing it on that, and people know that a lot of my fans, I've got tons of fans in the millions, and my work has 2 to 3 billion fans globally. So they know when I speak, I am telling the truth because I don't, I correct.
You just don't say things to say it.
Oh, yeah, I do not say anything lightly, not at all.
Right. Even for me, when I don't just say things just to say it.
Yes.
Or do false promises to people or say things I don't mean or I don't feel like I'm actually going to do. Like, hey, let's go out next week. I'm not going to say that because I don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
just think I think that you should have been in movies, to tell you the truth, that you were going to be a late bloomer. But I followed a lot of people's careers before they won their Oscars, before they became big. I followed their careers. Some of them I made prophecies on them, and they were blown away before they became superstars.
Right.
Lionel Richie was one of them. His daughter,
Really?
Sophia Richie, is named after me. Yeah,
God.
and I prophesied that he would be a superstar. And 3 years before it happened, and it blew his mind. So in honor, he named his daughter Sophia Richie. I'll show you pictures of us in the 80s. He's way older than myself. But yes, I was following a lot of people's careers and telling them what was going to happen because I'm the Oracle. And the Matrix, the Oracle is me. The character, I put myself in my work.
Okay, so can you explain to the viewers what an oracle is?
An oracle is a prophet. She's a prophet. She make prophecies and stuff like that.
Okay.
The oracles of Daphne. We've had them in the Greek stories, of mythology. The oracles. She goes way back. She's always making these prophecies and prophesizing.
Like visions, like sees things.
That's right. I'm a visionary seer. My work is 100 years ahead, like Tesla.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
crazy.
talking about virtual reality in 2010.
And this was back in the 80s you wrote this.
That's
book.
right. I'm talking about virtual penal system, jail systems, virtual skateboards. I'm talking about virtual living.
So did you just see it? Like how are you able to write these movies, these books just by, I mean, you just had an idea or you just felt or you seen?
I actually was seeing, like I saw Apple and it was a whole law firm. They were blown away. They said, "Oh my God, you told us about Apple before it even came upon the earth." I described Apple tablets and Apple phones way before Apple even invented or created them. And I know where they're going. I even said in my interviews that in the future, coming up soon, there will be nothing but a 6x9 tablet, touch screen tablet that everyone in the future are going to be carrying, because all the bulky screens and the big, 65, 75, screens, TVs, and Bluetooth and all this boom boxes, we're not going to have time for that in the future. So the 6x9 touch tablet is going to be everything. It's going to be our job. It's going to be our school. It's going to be our phone. It's going to be our, in the future, the parole officers and probation officers, they're going to be looking at a screen when the satellites come into play. The satellites is going to be able to make the bandwidth where you can make billions of dollars. Right now, it's only millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, but not too much, because if it is too many people, it's 7 billion people on the earth, and if it's too many people hit up Netflix and their bandwidth cannot take it, it can crash the whole site.
Damn.
A lot of people don't know this, but this is why you can only make a certain amount of money. It depends on your bandwidth.
Okay.
So in the future, these touchscreen tablets, and this is where Apple and everything is going to go to, because the satellites is going to give us bigger bandwidth. So if 1 billion people come to our site, we're able to take that money.
Wow. That is amazing. What about,
Yeah.
I have a question about the future. Is there really going to be, no money, paper money?
I talked about that in Matrix 4 too. I'm talking about right now, and I wrote this in 2010, but if you open and read the first 25 pages of this book,
This one you wrote in 2010.
that's right, and
This
it's
is the
the
last
future, and it's prophesizing. I'm talking about the drought that we're experiencing right now in Vegas, and what happens after the drought in California and Vegas. I'm talking about when part of these states, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and Cal, is going to be covered with water.
I heard Nevada is going to be the next beach.
Yeah, it's in the book.
Is that in there? Because
It's-
I
and
heard that
look.
a while ago that the new beachfront is going to be Nevada and California.
With
is gonna be
yachts,
gone.
with yacht fronts. That's right.
Oh my
And I'm saying
God.
it in the book. This book is 2010.
You
And
guys,
if you open up read the first 25 pages, I'm describing that.
Okay, this is
So they might have read
crazy.
my book, because it's been out almost 13 years. Next year it'll be 13 years.
Right. Oh
That
my
I made the
gosh.
prophecy. Look in the beginning right there, where you see the first page, the first narrative, where the narrations, possibly Morpheus is talking about how the future looks and what we're experiencing.
Electronic newspapers.
Yes, and digital money, but on a different level from the Bitcoins. In fact, Biden is trying to do what I was talking about almost 13 years ago, where we have a cashless society and where money is just, paperless, invisible,
Right. So paper money
but
it
kind
just
of digital, but
means nothing.
in another kind of level
Right.
that I'm describing in the book.
So do you think the future's really not a place that you want to be, right? Or
Well, yeah, but the future is scary for a lot of people because they don't know what's coming.
Right.
And so that scares a lot of people because it's of uncertainty. But if we embrace the future and we help make the changes, it is not as scary.
Right. Well, I don't know.
You get to make more money in the future now. The money will be astronomical. And I can teach people how to monetize, because people are gossiping on the internet, and the internet is a distribution platform. It was never created to gossip, to troll, to have trolling, and
Right.
and people are using it for the wrong reason when they should be using it to make money.
Right.
It is distribution platforms mean that you can distribute in anything, and you can use TikTok to advertise, because TikTok belongs to the Chinese.
Yeah.
Now, the cabal owns Facebook. They own, Twitters and, Instagram and all of the LinkedIn, all of them. They're owned by them, so they're only going to let certain people make money.
Yeah. I see that.
You know what I'm saying? But TikTok does not belong to them. That's what it took so long for the Chinese to get a hold of it, but they got 1 billion people.
Yeah, I remember they were trying to shut TikTok down in the U.S., right? They wanted to ban it.
Well, you know why? Because you can go on TikTok right now and get millions of hits and make millions and billions of dollars. A lot of people don't know how to use TikTok. They don't know how to monetize.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, but this is why I'm giving people the light bulb treatment here. So the light bulb come on so they can learn what I'm talking about. So but God provides this for us because no one should own and control a monopoly. No one should monopolize anyone. We have the right to the pursuit of health, happiness, and to make as much money as we want to, and to live the way we want to live. And it's not going to harm anyone. It's 7 billion people on the earth, and water's not running out because it's almost 3/4 of the earth is nothing but water, and it rains every day somewhere.
Yeah.
Every day it rains. And we're never going to run out of land because just like land is falling into the sea, there are land popping up in all kinds of oceans and Mediterraneans and seas. It's called an island.
Right.
All kind of islands. You can Google it right now. And you can go and buy these islands or take claim to these islands. Land is popping up everywhere. Astronomical. So we're never going to run out of land. We're never going to run out of, and we're never going to run out of food. In fact, if you go to certain parts of Peru and Amazon, those grids have never been touched by man. That's why you see so many UFOs looking for chi, looking for energy, because they fuel their ships with this magnetism. Magnetism is chi. Chi is life. It's called energy or vibrations. So look, think about in the Amazon, there are all kinds of fruits and vegetables and stuff that you've never heard about that is edible that you can eat. All over the planet, there are apples trees and fruit trees and everything growing. So, and seeds everywhere. Man is trying to make everything seedless and soulless, but there's no need. There's no way you can do that because paradise is somewhere on an island, coconuts, fruits, vegetables, everywhere,
so good.
animals galore.
That sounds like a great place. I want to go somewhere like
Well,
on
we
an island.
have this. Now listen.
In America?
We have it everywhere. The only thing is, this is how they fool you. If you're in New York City and it's millions of people, 10 million, well, you're just sitting on top of each other. And look, in Vegas, it's almost 3 million. What's 2.7? We got 2.7 million people here in Vegas, but you're all on top of each other. There are no factories. You can't grow anything. Everything has to be shipped in or brought in by truckers or, flown in by planes or whatever. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But people get scared because they're on top of each other. But if you left here, there's plenty of everything.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about that. I was thinking like, oh my God, everybody does live on top of each other in New York
that's
City.
all.
Holy crap.
I said in the future we're going to have these resorts, like giant buildings they're going to be self-preserved, where you have everything inside of the malls, inside of them,
Are you talking about bunkers?
Well, they're not bunkers,
Oh.
but they're massive buildings that, fit for people to live like a community.
Like in one huge building.
Yeah, but it's a community where you have everything. You're self-sufficient. You have your own...
Like garden and stuff. And
you
animals.
have your own food, stores, malls,
That's cool.
everything. It's going to be amazing what's coming in the future in The Matrix.
This is
I show this in The Matrix, actually.
in the first one?
No, in the fourth installment,
The fourth one.
continuation.
Oh, okay.
The fourth one is continuing from the first one. I'm not going to regurgitate my own work.
Is this the last one?
No, but that is the fourth installment.
This is the latest.
That is the latest one and the
Okay.
fourth installment. But I'm not going to regurgitate
Right.
or go backwards and go back. That doesn't make any sense. I'm moving forward and I'm showing the future like Tesla, but greater.
Uh-huh.
And so people will not be afraid of the future. They won't be afraid of technology. They won't be afraid of alien technology.
I always want to meet an alien. I'm so into that.
Well, there are good and bad aliens. You need to know that.
Oh, like there's good and bad humans.
That's right.
Right.
So we can coexist with all.
There's a nice dog and a mean dog.
That's right.
There's a
Good
friendly
people-
cat and an asshole cat.
That's right.
That will scratch you.
Good people, bad people.
Right.
Think about that. Good people, bad people.
Right. This question is like totally like left field, but since you know a lot, I thought I'd ask you.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Have you seen the movie Soylent Green?
Yes, many years ago. And of course, it's all on YouTube.
I watched it
Anybody can
recently.
see it over and over. Go ahead. And I know what you're going to ask, but go ahead and ask.
I don't even know. I was gonna ask you, like, what are your thoughts about that? Is that really gonna happen?
People eating people?
Or no. They didn't know they were eating people. They thought they were getting Soylent Green, and it was made out of people.
What if I told you were eating people now?
I believe it. That's why I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Taco Bell. I don't eat meat. I don't even eat that what Impossible Burger. You don't even know what's really in there.
Well, because cannibalism has been forever.
So are we eating people? How are we eating people? Is it in
Well,
McDonald's?
I don't know exactly how we're eating people, but I can tell you that we are eating people. Some people are. And I saw some people on an island or something. This girl gave me the video many years ago. This was many years ago. This was probably 10 or 15 years ago. These people, friend, he died of some sickness, and they actually barbecued him and ate him. And you actually saw it in the video.
Oh, God. See,
so it's been going on for a long time. In some areas, it's legal. In some areas, it's possible. In some area, it's a culture or it's a customer. It's customary. We live with many different people and many different ideologies and many, many different things here.
Okay. Well, I don't want to eat people.
Well, I do not want to eat people either. I'd rather eat plants. I'd rather, eat vegetables. I'd rather eat
I heard they put
fish.
it in like McDonald's and stuff.
Well, I heard about those rumors, and we don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Until we get some proof and evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until we get proof and evidence, I'm going to say allege.
Okay. Well, until I find some proof and
yes,
I'll come back. I'll come back and talk about this one day. Okay, so Sophia, where can everybody follow you? Find your book, your website, your Twitter, your YouTube, your TikTok, all this stuff.
Everyone, you can find me on my website, truthaboutmatrix.com or matrixterminator.com. You can also go and find my books on all of the platforms. Amazon, for a lot of the foreign country people are, Amazon is everywhere. Also Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Nook Press, on demand. The moment you order it, they will create it and send it out to you. It's on demand, meaning it's created and paid for and sent.
Oh, wow.
So they will never run out of any issues. So some of my fans said, they told me that they didn't have any more. That's a lie. It's on demand, meaning that it has to be printed. And once it's printed, then you pay for it, you'll receive it. Okay. If you have any problems, contact me personally, Sophia Stewart, matrixterminator.com. You'll remember that website because it's Matrix and Terminator. www.matrixterminator.com. Go on there, get my email address, sophiastewart10@yahoo.com, and get in touch with me. I'm going to make sure you get the truth.
So if they have questions, they can email you and you will have a response for them?
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
I will help you, and you can ask me anything you want.
That's cool.
And I'll be able to give you the answers. I'm a person from the future.
Yeah.
Very futuristic, 100 years ahead, that I'm talking about technology, a lot of alien technology also.
That's awesome. You're like special.
Oh, well, thank you. But
special.
I see myself as, a prodigy.
Yeah.
And prodigies are rare. Geniuses are many, but prodigies are rare. Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, they were all prodigies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm going to have everything regarding Sophia, her books, her websites, her TikToks, her YouTubes, all her socials will be down in the link below. If you guys have like any questions, comment. I might not have the answers to them, but Sophia will.
Oh,
so
yes.
maybe tag her down below. I'll have everything down there. So Sophia, is there like anything that like you're doing right now or?
Well, I want to say one thing. Warner Brothers, this is addressed to you guys. Come on and join up with me. I saw it in the future. And give these people the fourth installment. All these fans, there's 2 to 3 billion fans globally. And they are raised and living for the Matrix and Terminator. So let's give them the real fourth installment and not the garbage that they don't deserve, that fourth regurgitation, resurrection mess. Let's give them the real Matrix 4 movie, and let's put out the animation, and let's get the Matrix 4 Matrix attraction.
Right.
There's this big attraction. Universal Studios wanted it. Universal Attractions. Dubai would love to have it, and Universal will also love to have Matrix attraction. MGM got one page and they lost their minds. Let's give people more Matrix and Terminator. They deserve the best.
Right, the best, like the original.
That's right.
I mean,
you don't want to give
Karma,
them fake Coca-Cola.
Right,
You know
Karma.
what I'm talking about?
They try to put out their own stuff and it failed them because, like I said, you're the true creator of this, and that can't, be faked. Or I don't know what they were thinking. They were just thinking all these ideas. They were gonna just make it great.
Well, they thought that they could just make money off of the name.
Right.
They thought that the momentum of the name and, the fan base, that it would carry them. They had no idea that the fans know the real thing. Like Coca-Cola, they want the real thing.
Right.
And they asked for their money back, and they were like slapped in the face and punched in the guts. And you need to address that. Warner Brothers, get rid of all those people that lied to the fans. Y'all are a public trading company. Get rid of all the liars, Andy and Larry Wachowski's, James Cameron and Gail Anhart. Get rid of them too.
The thieves.
The thieves. And let's come with the real thing and give the fans the real thing, and let's make them happy. And it's billions of dollars for you. You need the money because the pandemic was really bad on everybody.
Yeah, this book is worth a lot of money. A lot of money. I hope that you get everything that you deserve.
Oh, trust me.
You will. You're like, I will.
I am not worried. I just want to make sure that the fans get the real Matrix and real Terminator, and they're happy.
Right.
And Warner Brothers, shareholders and their executives, they can get rid of those bad guys that started all this a long time ago.
Right.
And come and make it right.
Yeah, make it right, Warner Bros. You heard it from Sophia Stewart herself.
Make it right now. This is the best time to get that money back for those investors before they file on you for fraud.
And with it, you guys have to make me like the actress,
Oh yeah, you got to be in it for definitely sure.
I come with the contract. Just kidding.
Well, even if you're in the animation, I mean, I see the animation being made immediately. So
because that's easier. That's easier to do than, oh my God. Because I was just saying, the Terminator. I watched that when I was 9 years old. And I remember that movie just being crazy. I used to be scared of that one guy, like the robot guy with the eye, or I don't know what the hell was going on with him. It's hard for me to remember, but I really remember.
You were talking about she's talking about the Terminator. She's talking about the Terminator.
Wait, what did I say? The Matrix?
The Terminator.
Oh my God, the Terminator. My bad. I'm all lost. It's been a long time. But I remember as a little girl, me and my brothers watched that movie, and I used to be like scared, but Arnold was like, I don't know, it was cool.
I told Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he talked to me. I've met him. And one of my best friends is married to his daughter, Catherine. Chris Pratt, the actor. I've known Chris since he was 16 years old. Ever would. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Schwarzenegger, if you're listening, talk to your boys. You know you want to be back with the Terminator, but the real Terminator.
That would be so tight. Oh my God, that would be so tight.
Yeah.
Hey, make that happen.
And
he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. And,
he needs to.
Hey, I want to say hi, Chris. Shout out to Chris Pratt. Hello,
hi,
Chris.
Well,
and congratulations
on what?
His two baby girls. With Catherine.
Oh, well, Chris, if you're watching this, she's so sweet. For me, it's time to wrap this up. I am so excited about this story. If you guys need any more information, please hit up Sophia. And isn't it crazy that you never would have known that these two huge movies in history were stolen from somebody? Make sure if you guys have ideas, copyright them. And even copywriting might not even, look at what happened to Sophia.
Yeah, copyright. That's right. Copyrights didn't do any good with Nike or myself. We have copyrights and trademark and still got stolen from. So did the late Paul Newman. So did Sylvester Stallone and some of the other people in Hollywood.
Be prepared to fight then. Some people don't have the fight in them. But I'm happy that you did, because that's amazing. And I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but you're a woman. You don't ever you always think men are the ones that are these powerful creators, and look at you. You're a woman.
Well, they went up against this brain.
Yeah,
Remember
because you're the mother.
The male alpha brain waves. Women's have them also. The alpha
Right.
waves.
I think we talked about this.
Yes.
We did that night, right? Okay, well, mother, this is the real mother. You don't even like that, huh? The mother of the Matrix?
Well, because Mother Nature is really mother of the Matrix. That is Mother Nature. And you see what she's done with Ian over to different
Right.
Florida and so forth. So I don't like to be identified with that force because that's a very powerful force. The mother of Matrix, meaning you're the mother of the womb, and that's Mother Nature.
Right.
So I don't want to take her place, but I like to pay honor to her.
I think you're a great person to have that name, though. So thank you, Sophia. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming on to my show. I am going to talk to you off camera about some things because you said you can see stuff, and I got a few questions for
And I
you.
like to think of myself as the Oracle. So
All right, well,
call me the Oracle.
Okay, Oracle. I need to talk to the Oracle. So you guys, listen, thank you so much for watching this. If you guys have questions, please comment below. If there's somebody you want to see on my show, drop their names down below. What else? Shout out to my sponsor. I love Bombshell, and I will see you guys really soon. And my lips are really chapped. I need chapstick.
They look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You really
Thank
do.
you so much.
Make you
Thank
feel
you for
so
having
good when you fucking with a